The woman fell in love with the male protagonist of the game, so she chose to stay in the game world forever. She completely gave up returning to the real world. But, unexpectedly, the male protagonist overheard her decision. The once affectionate game hero suddenly changed his attitude. He actually splashed water all over her, all because the male protagonist had never truly loved her. On the very first day the woman entered the game world, he discovered that she was bound to a mysterious system. The system would provide her with various resources and abilities. As long as the male protagonist truly fell in love with her, the system could then send her back to the real world. The male protagonist's name was Smith. Smith knew very well that the woman had impure motives, but for the sake of her resources and abilities, he pretended to be in love with her. Unexpectedly, during this process, she truly fell in love with Smith. So, the woman gave up the system's assigned mission. She completely unbound herself from the system. She chose to stay in the game world to be with Smith. But after Smith had squeezed out all of her value, he proudly abandoned her. He thought he was the smartest man in the world. But little did he know, the moment Smith left, the woman immediately revealed a triumphant smile. It turned out that everything had been part of her carefully crafted plan. In the real world, she was just an ordinary office worker. But in the game world, she was the billionaire daughter of a tycoon. From the beginning, she had planned to stay in the game world for a luxurious life, but she needed a reason that the system would accept. So she pretended to be deeply in love with Smith to deceive the system. Her goal was to make the system unbind her voluntarily. Now, her goal had been achieved, and she no longer needed Smith. That afternoon, the woman attended a grand banquet. According to the original game storyline, Smith was supposed to propose to her at the banquet, but now the storyline had completely fallen apart. Curious about how things would unfold next, she still decided to attend the banquet. Unexpectedly, Smith actually announced a proposal. Everyone thought Smith was going to propose to her, but instead, Smith knelt before another beautiful woman. The crowd was utterly shocked, because that beautiful woman was named Mary. Mary was just a small streamer with 50,000 followers, while the woman was a billionaire heiress worth hundreds of billions. But Smith didn't care at all. He was simply obsessed with Mary's beauty. Mary happily accepted Smith's proposal. Countless reporters rushed forward to interview Smith. At that moment, the woman approached Smith. Calmly, she handed Smith her resignation. It turned out that to pursue Smith, she had given up inheriting her family's hundreds of billions. Instead, she helped Smith establish Company B, but now, she no longer wanted to play Smith's game. She was going back to reclaim her inheritance. Smith was full of disdain. He didn't want to see her anymore anyway, so he quickly agreed to her request. The woman smiled faintly. Then she walked away gracefully. From that day on, she would replace Smith and become the true protagonist of the game world. The next day, the woman returned home with gifts, but to her surprise, her parents were terrified, because every time she came home, she would snatch several major projects from them and give them to Smith. She hurriedly explained to her parents that she had completely broken up with Smith, but her parents were skeptical. Could this be her new trick for scamming them? So to test her sincerity, they gave her a task. Recently, her parents' Company A and Smith's Company B were competing for the same project. If she could help Company A defeat Company B, then they would trust her enough to hand over the company. The woman confidently agreed. She vowed to teach the shameless Smith a harsh lesson. 3 days later, the woman was in a meeting at Company A. At that moment, Smith suddenly sent her several messages. He rudely ordered her to send him the proposal. The naive Smith thought that no matter what he did, even proposing to another woman, she would still love him unconditionally. The woman mocked him for being so narcissistic, but she didn't refuse him outright. Instead, she instructed her assistant to make sure to send Smith a very special version of the proposal. Soon after, at the project bidding site, Smith was anxiously waiting for her response. Finally, 1 minute before he went on stage, the woman sent over the proposal. Smith was overjoyed. He thought this proved she couldn't live without him. But little did he know, the proposal contained nothing but Barbie photo shoots. Half an hour later, the woman successfully secured the project. Her secretary kept snickering beside her, because during the meeting earlier, Smith had accidentally displayed Barbie photos on the big screen. It was hilarious. At that very moment, Smith stormed in and angrily confronted her. She looked at him innocently. Maybe he had sent the wrong file by mistake. The foolish Smith immediately believed her. He thought she had done it just to get his attention, so he assumed it was just a prank. The woman laughed even harder. She slipped a promo card into Smith's pocket and gently reminded him to be sure to visit that place. Then she gracefully walked away. Smith curiously pulled out the card. It turned out to be a discount coupon for a mental hospital. He furiously tore the card to pieces.